y'all, today's recipe is Halloween Oreo Brownies. Even if you're not into celebrating Halloween, you definitely have to make these brownies. Alright, so you're going to need parchment paper to line your pan with. You're also going to need Baker's Joy cooking spray, flour, dark brown sugar, granulated sugar, cocoa powder. You're also going to need morsels, vanilla, oil, eggs, whole eggs, and butter. Alright, so to decorate, you're going to need these little pumpkins. I couldn't find them by themselves, so I got this mix. Oreos, these are going to go in the recipe. Also, the Hershey's milk chocolate to decorate, and these little skeletons to decorate. Alright, so we're going to start off by going ahead and adding our butter and our morsels together in this bowl. And we'll go ahead and microwave them together. I ended up getting little mini chocolate chips this time, so it took me about about 45 seconds. But you just want to get it so it kind of melts down. You don't want it to melt down too much because you don't want to burn your chocolate, okay? So once it's about like this, then you're good to go. So just give it a good mix, and then we're ready to go ahead and add our other ingredients. So we just took our mixture out of the microwave. We're going to go ahead and add our sugars, our brown sugar, and our granulated sugar. So it's a little bit easier to go ahead and incorporate the sugars into the mixture. So you just add them right in and then stir it up until it's pretty well smooth. And then we'll go ahead and start adding our other ingredients. Now you want to go ahead and add your cocoa powder. And then we're going to also add our vanilla and our oil. And once again, give it a good mix. You don't need a hand mixer for this recipe. All you need is a nice heavy spoon and a little bit of patience, and you're good to go. Alright, so make sure that you get the edges of your bowl as you're mixing, and just keep stirring until you have all those ingredients incorporated, and then we're going to go ahead and add our eggs next. Okay, and there's no need to scramble your eggs or beat your eggs. All you need to do is just add them right into the bowl, and then you go ahead and mix them in. You really want to make sure that you have your eggs fully incorporated into your mixture before we add any flour. So just give yourself some patience with that and make sure that you have your eggs well mixed. And then we're going to go ahead and add our flour just a little bit at a time, because once you start adding the flour in there, the batter is a little bit more of a challenge to work with. It's not that big of a deal, but it's easier just to go ahead and add your flour a little bit at a time. As it starts to thicken, make sure you get your edges. Make sure you scrape the edges of the bowl as you go, and just scrape and just add into the mixture, and then go ahead and add more flour until you have all your flour that's needed for the recipe, and then we'll have this little prep complete. So I added more flour here, and then I'm going to go ahead and mix it again. So I added more flour here, and I'm going to go ahead and mix it again. Make sure once again to get your edges, and then I actually added my last bit of flour here in a minute. I just added it in 3 parts because, like I said, it can get a little tough to work with. So 3 parts work good for me. All right, so that's the last of it. Mix, 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 mix until it's smooth and you see no traces of flour. It should be solid brown. All right, and here we are with our nice and smooth mixture ready to go. So you see I move the bowl all the way around so I can make sure I get all those edges, because we don't want any flour traces left in our batter. All right, so we're going to get ready to go ahead and crush our Oreos. So I have 15 Oreos in this bowl. Just going to place them in my Ninja and go ahead. I'm using the pulse setting. So if you have a Ninja, go ahead and use the pulse setting. If you're using a mixer and you have that setting or something close to it, that's a good setting to use, because you kind of want it to be pretty ground, almost like coffee. You don't want to just be like super fine, but just kind of ground so it looks like dirt. Alright, so we have our little mixture here. That's not enough. That's not fine enough for me. So actually what I went ahead and did was place everything back where it was, started over, and ground it up some more. And once you grind it up pretty, I don't know if you caught that, but there were still some specks of the cream that was in the Oreo mixture. Once it's finally ground, you won't see those specks anymore. I'll show you here in a minute. I'm going to pour it into this white bowl so you can really get a good look at it. As you can see here, it's really nice and fine. Okay, so set that to the side. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to line our pan. So I already have my parchment paper cut. I'm gonna go ahead and I sprayed my pan. I'm just gonna lay it right there. I sprayed the bottom of the pan just so it's easier to lay the parchment paper in the pan and so it won't budge. You want to cut it where you don't have any edges sticking up on one side, that it just kind of lays in there, so when you get ready to pull your batter out, it's easy just to lift it out of the pan. Okay, so spray it again with Baker's Joy cooking spray. I'm going to go ahead and pour half of your batter into the bottom of the pan. Once you have half of your batter in there, you want to go ahead and spread it into the bottom of the pan. Start off with the spoon, but really and actually, you know, always want to be clean when you're cooking. But it's easier to get the brownie mixture into the edges of the pan by using your fingers. I'm going to show you all just in a minute what I'm talking about. But you can always start off with a spoon. I've even tried this with a smaller spoon. Still, there's nothing like getting in there and working it with your fingers. Okay. So we have our first layer ready to go. All right. So you see here, I'm going with a small spoon, working it into the corners of the pan. So now it's time to add our Oreo mixture. You just want to spread it evenly on top of your batter. You want to use most of it, but not all of it, because we're going to reserve some of it for the top of our brownie so it resembles dirt. Because, you know, this is a little graveyard themed brownie. We're just making it really cute. You know, nothing too crazy. All right, so spread your little Oreo mixture across, and then of course we're going to add the other half of our brownie mixture right on top. Now just be careful here. I just kind of spoon a big amount, spread it a little bit, and then don't spoon all of it, because what you want to do is start spreading it out, and just kind of like where you can't get the edges just quite right, you want to kind of like spoon some mixture into the edges so you don't have as far to go to work with the mixture. Because I don't know if you can tell here, but as I'm spreading it out, some of the Oreo crumble is kind of like peeking up, but that's normal. So just keep spreading, keep working with it. All right, you see I added a little bit more. I take my fingers and you see, look, it's so much easier to work with than the spoon. Now just keep going with that until you have a complete layer spread on top. Okay, so no need to waste anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I put all the rest of my brownie batter in there. Just, you know, scrape it from spoon to spoon and get everything in there. Spread the rest around with my fingers, because you know this brownie is good. You do not want to miss any wasting it by leaving it in that bowl. Spread it all around, and then the last thing we're going to do before we pop it into the oven is putting the remainder of our Oreo mix on top. Alright, so after you have all your Oreo mixture spread evenly on top, it should look about like this. Go ahead and place it in the oven, and when it comes out, it'll be just like this. And you want to go ahead and do the toothpick check. Once your toothpick is clean like this, then it's good and ready to go. You want to let these brownies cool, I would say, for no shorter than 30 minutes, but I let mine cool for like 45 minutes to an hour. Because the first time I made these, they kind of cracked when they came out of the pan, which was cool because it's still like, you know, the cemetery theme. But it was so much easier to pull out of my pan when I went ahead and let it cool longer. So let me show you how I eat. Look at this parchment paper. Just does wonders for you. Makes your Oreo brownie pop right out of that pan, y'all. Okay, and so then I just pulled the parchment paper from under the brownie. You can slide it in another piece of parchment paper, however you want to do it. I decorated these and then I cut them, so it was no big deal for me. But if you're going to serve it, you know, put it on your nice dish or some parchment paper, whatever you want to do. Then we get ready to decorate. So here are our little Hershey tombstones. So I put 2 upright, lean 1 to the side, you know, I tried, and lean 1 to the back, and then put the little pumpkins all around. These little pumpkins are so cute, and they taste pretty good too. You know, all this stuff is edible except these little skeleton men. And then after you have your little pumpkins on there, You can go ahead and put your skeleton in, however you want to do it. You see, this is real soft. Everything goes in real easy. So the Hershey's, I got these just from the regular grocery store. Little pumpkins, I got those from the Dollar Tree. You can probably find them at the Halloween store too, like where I picked up the little skeletons. But find, whatever's in your area, whatever that you like, to make it really cute and make it your own. This is really fun to make. I mean, even for adults, this is really fun to make and definitely fun to eat. So if you don't have kids, still have fun with it and enjoy your brownies. You have one little man sitting up there in the front. All right, and that is it. Y'all see how easy that was? Really cute, simple, something really nice to share, at work or with some guests if you're having a Halloween party or anything like that. So as always, thank you all for your support. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it, and we'll definitely see you next time.